Yeah, hi guys, this is Vana Prakash. Today we are going to see how we can launch a Windows instance in AWS. So let's get started that. And then we know in the cloud computing era, we have major components called compute, storage, network. And in the compute section, EC2 will provide different kind of servers, either Windows or Linux. And you know EC2 is being called as Elastic Cloud Compute. And the same in compute section, there are other facilities provided by Amazon, and one is AMIs, EBS, load balancing, and auto scaling. AMIs is nothing but Amazon Machine Image. EBS is nothing but Elastic Block Storage, load balancing, and auto scaling. So these are also different features provided by AWS. So why AMI, why EBS, why load balancing means? So when you launch an instance in the EC2 instance, it will create some either Linux servers or Windows servers. You will install some of the softwares in the Linux or Windows, and you don't want to lose that installation thing, so that you can create an image out of that installed softwares. Like that OS, you can create an image that is being called as image and machine image. Some of the images provided by AWS itself, and some of the images you can customize and store in the AMI section. And the next thing is Elastic Block Storage. For example, whenever you purchase a laptop or anything server, you will get some kind of base OS and then some kind of base file system, either 500 GB or 1 TB. So that additional file system provided in the laptop is called as Elastic Block Storage. I'm putting it simple to understand it, and because that is the same purpose. Whenever we launch a Linux machine or Windows machine, along with that we will have to add some storage. Without that basic storage, that operating system will not going to function. So that is the basic concept of our EBS. And load balancing is nothing but, as the name suggests, it will balance the amount of incoming requests. For example, if there are any festival season, some number of users will increase for a new application. At that time, we wanted to share the load equally between the Linux machines or Windows machine. That in that situation, we will go for load balancing. And in the same way, auto scaling. Auto scaling is nothing but the same kind of concept of a load balance we will use for auto scaling. That means whenever there is a huge amount of load, to increase the number of servers on the spot, we will go for the auto scaling configuration. So as a combination of our load balancing and auto scaling, we can reach the amount of load which is going to increase in some particular time. Now let's see how we can launch a Windows instance using that. So in not only Windows in servers EC2 will provide, there are a couple of Linux servers it will provide. If you see in the Linux Ubuntu 20 version, 18 version, 16 version is there, CentOS is there, Red Hat is there, Amazon Linux is there, SUSE Linux are there. These are the Linux servers provided by AWS, and Windows you can see 2019, 16, 12 also available. So, and before we launch, I wanted to see the instance types. So here you can see there are different type of instance type, either Linux or Windows. So if you go down towards this ladder, the capacity of the instance will increase. So the first one you can see number of CPUs is 1, memory is 0.5 GB. For example, when you wanted to increase RAM for your laptop, you need to purchase it outside and then you have to add it to your laptop. In the same way, if you want to launch a different machine which is having higher capacity, during the launch itself, you can choose what kind of instance you want, either very much high end or very much low end. And the selected one, you can see T2 micro. These are the names. By these names, people will call T2 nano, T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large. So these will define the respective configuration of number of CPUs and amount of memory which is going to allocate for that. And you can choose whatever the instance type you want. So for our case, we are as a learning phase, we are going to select a free tier L eligible, and the maximum amount of currently supported we have 256 GB and 64 CPUs. And if you want to customize the thing, and if you reach out to AWS, they will be able to provide. So to launch a Windows server, you go to aws.amazon.com, and from there you log in. So this is the one you need to go. and from there you need to log in. And once you log in, go to the AWS services section, that is AWS Management Console. So in the service section, you can search for EC2. So this is what I was talking about, EC2. So once you go to the EC2 and click on the running services, since we don't have any as of now, that is why it is showing 0. And in the search button here, you can search for Windows or Linux or any other image you wanted to search. Based out of that image, it will launch a instance. For example, if you select image and Linux image, the respective server will run. If you select any customized image which you have created, if you select that, it will create the server based out of that image. So what is the base concept is, you should have some base image to launch a server. For example, either even in your laptop, to open your laptop, you need some kind of base operating system. Since some people use Mac OS, some people use Windows, some people use Ubuntu or something else. Based on that operating system, they will be able to launch their server. Once you launch the instance, you will be able to see the instance like this. Let me go to AWS and show you how we can launch Windows Server. I'm opening the AWS Management Console, and I will go to the EC2 instance, and in the EC2, I will click on the running instances, or you can directly click on the left side section called instances. Click on launch instance. And so you click on the launch instance, it will ask you to select the image. So I will type Windows and press enter. So there are many type of Windows servers are available. These are all servers. These are a bit different from the normal Windows desktops because these are mainly dedicated for running the some kind of applications. So let me select any one, whichever you want to use, you can launch that. So yeah, I'm going to select some kind of free tier eligible server so that we'll be in the safe side. Yeah, the Microsoft Windows Server 190 and core base or 2016 base. This is my favorite. I was launching many times, so I'll select this thing. You can select the type of. So I will keep it as T2 Micro and click on the configure instance. I'll keep all the details as it is and go. If you see the amount of storage, this is what I was talking about, elastic block storage. Windows machine definitely needs some bigger space. I will keep it as 100. That is minimum, but no, if you have more, if you add more means, it will be able to work better. I'll click on the name tag. So I will tag it as a Windows and click on security. So in the security, I'm going to select the already created one Windows security group. If you don't want already created one, or if you don't have one, you can create a new one by selecting here. Give any name like Windows security group and copy the same on my paste it here. And since it is a Windows one, it default have port number at 3389. You can add any other traffic rules, but this is the default one and it's mandatory one. In the source, you can click anywhere or my IP. My IP means you will be able to log into this Windows instance from your laptop only. But if you click on anywhere, even your friends or other colleagues, if you share the necessary keypad, they will be able to log in. For now, I'll keep anywhere, and add rules means what is the port number I wanted to open. So for my learning, I will keep all traffic, and I will click on review and launch. Yeah, and click on launch, and so it will ask the select the key pair. So while we launch Linux server, we have created a Bono key pair. If you have that, you can select that one. If you don't have, you can create a new key pair. Since I already have that, I will select this and then click on launch instances. Yeah, so now click on the view instances so that you can see the progress of instance which is being launched here, and I think it will take a couple of minutes. It is showing running stage, but it will not be available until statistics are fully completed. So meanwhile, I will show you how we can connect to this Windows server. So if you want to connect to the Linux server, I told you to click on the connect. In the same way, you can click here, and you will see there are two thing options. One is the download remote desktop file. Click on this thing so that one file will be downloaded. And you need a password to log into the Windows server. So to get that password, click here. But if you see, you need to at least wait for 4 minutes after the instance launching. That means we need to wait for some time to get this option available. So let me close this thing and click on get password. No, it's still not ready. So I'll close this thing and wait for a couple of minutes. I'll click on connect and click on get password. I think it is ready. Let me choose the key pair because the password will be generated based on the key pair which we have created. So what is the key pair name? That is Bano-key-pair. So I will select this from my local machine. I'll click on choose file and I will go to download section because I have placed it there. And this is the key pair. I will select open and click on the decrypt password. So this is the password. That is this administrator password. So you should make sure it is can keep it in a secure location. For now, I'll keep it like this and click on close. So you can click on already downloaded RDP session so that it will open. You can by default it will come with administrator username and you can press enter your password and then it will ask you the confirmation. Once you click on that, it will open the Windows server. Yeah, now the Windows server is being launched and it might take a couple of seconds. Yeah, you can see the Windows server is launched and we are able to log into this Windows server. Let me click on the start button and open some of the features like Internet Explorer or something. Yeah, you can see all these things are getting open. So this is how we can launch a Windows instance in the AWS. We have seen how we can launch a Linux, and today we have seen how we can launch a Windows.